But it's
All
all in the
right.
ninth.
We are live. Welcome to the Otter's Den, cool and groovy things with Keith and Joni. Thank you for tuning in. When you get on here, we're going to wait a few minutes for everybody to jump on. I'm going to refresh a couple pages, get this shared out real quick. And to those who join in later or watch this later, thank you very much for coming on and checking things out. It's very appreciated. And as usual, it takes a little while for those to load, and it's going to take a minute or two for some people to jump on here.
Well, I'm going to get that program that you have for dead hit.
StreamYard?
Yes.
I think you'll like that. I really do.
I got to get it all together this week. You know, it's hard to concentrate. It's hard to stay focused with anything right now.
It really is. All right, almost got this shared out. There we go. Got one more to go here. And it's not going to let me, so that's all right. Give people a couple more minutes here to jump on. Oh, I know where I didn't share it to. My page. And there we go. All righty. Now, maybe we'll have some people popping on if I can get my glasses straight. I need a new pair. Hey, Lola. How you doing? Uh-oh, I lost Joni. Hang on, let me get her back. All right, trying to get Joni back here. She just like disappeared. I might have arced a little bit. It happens. How was your day? Mine was interesting. Very, I don't know, just low energy hitting from everywhere. Hard to stay upbeat today. How's that? You know, up here. Joni. Oh, wait. There she is. There you are.
I'm on my laptop. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Wow. Cool.
Yes, I can hear you.
And
All right.
I'm not. Am I echoing?
Not to me.
Wow.
Hey, Peggy.
Wow. The laptop is working.
Good.
I'm excited. Are you excited?
Yes.
So what are the birthday plans? We have to hear that first.
Lola, that's awesome. I didn't either.
I see that. Yet.
My birthday plans, I don't know. The boss gave me the day off, so I got Wednesday off. I may try to work on my kitchen cupboards or my paneling in my kitchen. Hey Doug, I got a bunch of wood pallet boards that I'm going to build new cupboards out of. And then I've got some pine paneling that I've had for 14 years up in the attic. I'm going to put that on the walls in the kitchen. It's going to look nice.
I'm off for holiday.
Getting a bunch of real old stuff done around here, old projects. Thank you, Rhonda. Got a sink replaced in my basement. You know, I've had a sink sitting there for, again, probably 12 years, just waiting to be put on the wall, you know, to replace the original one. And I finally got it done, and it doesn't leak. I'm happy. I'm proud. So just a lot of old projects that I've put off for way too long. Did a lot of soul searching this weekend, keeping busy, keeping my mind where it needed to be. And so I actually got a lot of stuff done yesterday and a few things figured out. So that's a good thing. As far as Wednesday night, probably go out, have a couple beers, come home, watch TV, and go to bed.
It's going to be a great birthday. It'll be a super birthday.
Yeah, it'd be all right.
It's going to be a good year. We're going to have a good year. We're almost there. December 21st. We have, November 12th and 13th. Jupiter and Pluto. It is their last dance. And then they split apart. This is the third one.
They're trying. Your third square.
Third conjunction, which means they're dancing.
I'm still learning.
Conjunction, they're on top of each other.
Well, they're stepping on each other's toes a little bit, just saying.
You know, I had forgotten about that this was coming up actually because I wasn't paying attention because I keep thinking December 21st, we're almost there. We're making it. We're making it. The new moon in Scorpio is coming up, I think, November 16th. And I was excited. And then this came up and I'm like, oh, shit. We forgot.
Yeah.
And I actually, I knew people would be interested because right now I think, everybody's consumed with the election, no matter how much you're not political, you don't like it.
It's everywhere.
In your face.
It's everywhere. Radio, TV, internet. It's everywhere. Unless you shut everything down, like I pretty much did yesterday. I had to shut everything down. I set my phone on the charger in the kitchen. I turned the volume down. If I wanted to check it, I did. If I didn't, I got stuff done. It is amazing how much stuff I was able to get done without having that phone on my hip. Ding, 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 ding. It was overwhelming when I got up yesterday morning. I was just, having my coffee, trying to scroll, relax a little bit, get grounded, and it started going off. I'm like, oh, no, hell no, not today. I can't do it.
I haven't had my TV on. My TV has been off. I can't.
Yeah, I don't even have cable anymore, and that's part of it. No matter where you go, you can't get away from it. The radio news comes on, I switch it. I don't listen to it. It's nothing but a bunch of malarkey anyway. So,
well, what I looked at, what was interesting with the United States chart.
What's there?
Well, because Jupiter and Jupiter Pluto are in Capricorn, which is our authority figure. Guess what house this ends up in?
8 came to mind. I don't know why.
9.
9. It's close.
The courts.
Nice,
Court
okay.
Legal. There's no doubt in my mind looking at that. This will go to court. It's going to the court.
It's gonna go all the way. And this may be why Trump fought so hard to get our new judge in place before the election. And I think he made a very wise decision. I think he knew this before the election. He knew what was going to happen. He had information. I'm still waiting, but it's looking like it's true about the watermarks. Q came out and said, trust the water, watermarks on the ballots, so they can be tracked and we can tell the real votes from the fake votes. And that can be used in the Supreme Court to not only get an accurate vote count, but also finally nail the perpetrators and put them where they belong, behind those pretty little iron bars. And then with any luck, we can get a system that's fair and honest and not mess withable. I wanted to say another word, but it'll be nice.
It doesn't matter if it's red or blue anymore. We talked about fix it.
It doesn't matter if it was the Republicans throwing out fake ballots or the Democrats throwing out fake ballots. No, I don't care.
That's right.
It needs to be a fair and honest election. I don't care which side you're on. I don't.
There were some very interesting things in the U.S. chart, and I wonder if Trump has an astrologer.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
As of today, people are going to start to question the post office. This is going to stem back into the post office. This is where it's generating.
Yeah. Sworn affidavits of the postmaster of a couple different places instructing their employees, if ballots come in late, back stamp them so that they can be counted, and that's illegal.
Everything that I looked up, people are going to really start to question the post office more than anything.
Absolutely.
It's an uprising that people are very upset over this. Very upset. It's all there.
It is. It is. All the evidence is there. The media is downplaying it. They're lying, which is what they do these days. It's actually the smaller local news stations that are breaking this information out, and the mainstream aren't picking it up. They're hiding it. Ben Swan, I think he's going to come out with something. Dan Bongino's been all over it. The twins. They're hilarious. I can't remember the Hodge twins. They're all over this. Those are the people I watch, because Ben Swan and Bongino, they take the proof, and on their website they put it in a folder, whatever, to where you can actually go look at it. Swan puts it right on the screen. But what they're telling you, they can prove it. It's right there. It's truth. That's what I like.
The power of the truth is in this transfer. It's going to be on a large scale as well with Jupiter. Jupiter always makes things bigger. It's bigger than what people imagine.
Yep. We had Pluto retrograde for how long? That's all about secrets coming out. New moon in Scorpio. Scorpio is all about secrets.
Mercury is ready to go into Scorpio too. So the communications are going to be, that's when it's going to blow open. We've got about 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah. 3 days is going to be the 12th.
12th or 13th.
3, yeah.
It's hidden, it's coming out, which is good. We need answers as a whole. Congress, which is Sun in the 11th, is in a semi-square with fake news and propaganda in the 9th house. Courts.
It's gonna go all the way to the Supreme Court. It's gonna. They're trying to fight it. The left Supreme Courts in a couple states are throwing everything out that that they're filing, so it's going to the Supreme.
Well, the thing is to vibrate up and higher. There's a lot of hate. Hate will lower your vibration.
Yeah, and
you cannot see clearly. We talked about that when you spew hate and negativity. And this is what bothers me is I hate this side. I hate that side. You lower. When you lower, you cannot see clearly.
Yeah.
You have anxiety, depression.
I don't even use the word hate anymore. No. I won't use the word hate.
Hate should not be in a vocabulary, period. No.
I'll say I dislike something, but I will not use the word hate.
Never use the word hate. Ever. It lowers you. You don't know how many people I talked to over the weekend where I said, until you raise your vibration and learn to not, people I didn't even know. I said, you've got to clear this. You cannot watch a media that's hate, and hate.
Right. And even going to the grocery store, going to Walmart, going to the gas station, even if the news isn't on, you're still getting it from people. People are just in that lower vibrational, and it just radiates off of them. I'm feeling it from the collective. That's why I had to just shut down yesterday. It's nuts. I couldn't take it.
Yeah.
Hey, Renee.
Well, the thing is, right now is the more negativity that you get thrown at you. Like I said on television, today was a really good day with a vaccine is coming out that will rest my mother's mind. The
Yeah, I
elder
heard.
50 million sample or 50 million doses will be out to people free of charge if they want it from Pfizer.
Yes, and it's like 90% effective, they're claiming.
Yeah. And this is what the doctor that said they are 90% effective because of the high herd immunity that's in the United States right now. Normally these would have run at a 70-60% rate, but because of the 90% rate due to herd immunity.
Which is what I said needed to happen in the beginning.
It happened. And this is free to everybody. People like my mother is going to be so relieved. It'll help them. Then is it the AMA, the doctors that put together stuff? The American medicine people, 100,000 of them have put a kit together that the one doctor said his patients are getting better within 24 hours. Included in that therapeutic is the malaria drug, zinc, and the Z-Pack. They are finding rates that these people are getting up within 24 hours.
Yeah, and if you can't get that for some reason, zinc supplements that you can get over the counter, and I believe like Schweppes tonic water.
And vitamin B. Vitamin B.
Yeah. Hey, Lisa.
So
above all else,
day for that.
Yes, and eat healthy, people. Right now, eat healthy. Lay off the junk food. Eat healthy foods, fruits, vegetables. Lean meats. Get your immune system up. Get your immune system up. Avoid the chemicals. The aluminum and the deodorants and whatnot. The fluoride. It all makes a big difference. Anything you can do to boost your immune system. Exercise. Going for a walk out in the fresh air. Sunlight. Anything you can do to boost your boost. What the heck is boost? Got my tongue twisted around my eye teeth. I couldn't see what I was saying.
I get
Thanks, Michelle.
Just remember that with all of this going on, you have to, if you're not high enough elevated, you're not seeing clearly.
You're right.
And you have anxiety, you have depression.
Think with an open mind. But above all else, think. Is that too good to be true? Probably. If something's put right in front of your face, look into it. Do some homework. What can it hurt? You might learn something. If they say Trump screwed up, I'll look into it. If he did, okay, great. I don't agree with that. Let's fix this. When Obama was in the presidency, I'm like, you know what? That's not right. I don't like it. Let's fix this. It's not that I didn't like the man. I didn't like his policy.
We all have different ideologies. Everybody should respect one another.
Yeah.
Each side is not better than the other or vice versa. It's a matter of respect.
And right now, a lot of people out there don't have any respect on both sides. However, I can say that right now, we're not out there rioting. We're not out there burning buildings down. We are, calling our congressmen, we're calling our senators, we're calling the news agencies and saying, hey, look, this is going on. We're calling the voter fraud hotline and saying, this is what I saw. And the lines are overwhelmed right now. It's not just here or there. That's the big cities, the big blue cities, yes. But it's all over. I went up to the courthouse and tried to track my vote to verify that it was counted. They told me there's no way to verify it. Since I voted in person, they're telling me there's no way to verify my vote was counted. So I'm trusting in the universe that it was.
Well, it's funny that only a few states had issues. Ours went off without a hitch, apparently. It was very well run. It was very organized. They worked together. we have to watch this play out. We have to step back and breathe. Either side needs to respect the other side. And I know it's cliche, but it has to be done.
Yeah.
It's going in the courts. It's
It is.
all over everything. It's going to be played out in the courts.
It is. And Biden's team is already doing everything that they can in order to keep that from happening. But it's just like Bush and Gore. You know, what, 20 years ago, Bush and Gore?
And, you know, I was a Gore supporter. I never did like the Bushes. I supported Gore. And I watched these people celebrating and happy. And I remember I was happy with Gore. That's who I supported. But, you know, it was a very big disappointment as well. There's too much out there that you need to, everybody needs to play this out. Because I remember how upset I was with Gore.
Yeah, we need to sit back, be patient, let the process work. I think we're going to be, well, I'm going to be pleasantly surprised, but I think we're going to be surprised at what happens and who goes to jail pretty soon.
You know, there were criminal elements that did come out. Yeah, there are some criminal elements that did come out. But, you know, if people did violate and did commit frauds, they should go to jail.
Exactly.
You know, it's just, this is my vote. This is your vote. This is our country and our system.
Yeah. And again, you know, just in case there was any voter fraud on the right side out there, that needs to be handled too. And those people need to go to jail as well.
Absolutely. And I would be just as furious if the roles were reversed.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would be upset. This is my voice, my vote, and now you're jacking with it.
Here, right there. Hi, Lisa. Her dead mother voted twice, and her daughter, who passed away as a baby, voted once.
I would vote in.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Deb, how you doing? There was a story about this gal's service dog. The service dog was registered to go into a building, you know, because it's a secure building or something. And somehow this dog voted. Okay? I'm not kidding you. This dog voted. You can't make this up.
I wonder if my cat voted.
Right? I mean, I'm actually tempted to go through my relatives, you know, on that site that I checked and see, you know, if I can figure anything out. It's it's crazy. It really is. I don't like it.
I got more things. People text me more things about the dead people voting because with dead people. I mean, I'm into the dead people. I mean, so people thought they were funny, you know, and all day long I'm getting dead stuff. And then this girl sent me a list of 11,000 Michigan dead people that voted.
I should get the Spirit Box out and do a Spirit Box session and see how many voted.
Yeah, that's what they voted for. You could send it to the hotline and say, let's validate their votes with the Spirit Box. And the dog. Get the dog. Everybody. It's. I would do it. Get the Spirit Box out.
Thank you. It's almost tempting. It really is. I'm not gonna, but it is very tempting just to see if we got anything. You know, I mean, wouldn't that be interesting?
It would be fun.
It would be fun. Yeah, you're not wrong, Deb. You're not wrong. In 2016, when they saw how much voter fraud was out there, I think they were already planning the watermarks. I really do. You know, some way to be able to track and finally end it. You know, so things can be fair and we don't have near as much hate and bitterness and confusion and lies. It can be everybody goes in and votes, they're counted, and we're done. It's over. Guess what? Everybody can be happy now. Or butthurt now, or whatever, but it's not going to be weeks and weeks and weeks of everybody fighting over who won because we're going to know because everything's fair.
we should all be upset. All sides should be upset. It shouldn't be blaming this side and that side and quit being a baby and you lost. No, I would give respect and extend it out to the other side as well.
Yeah, and who's against voting in person with a vote with an ID? Needing an ID to vote. They are. Now, everybody says, well, it's racist. No, it's not. If they throw enough money in these elections. If there's somebody that needs an ID, it's what, $5, $10, $15 to get an ID? Donate it to them. Get them that ID.
We have
to provide everybody a voter ID card.
I have to show my ID. Do you?
I don't have to, probably mainly because everybody knows me. I was on city council, but everybody knows me anyway. But I would be more than happy to show my ID. I would love to be able to not vote unless I show my ID. I have no issue with that. There are tens of thousands of fake IDs coming in from China. It's been proven, and they're getting distributed. And what they're doing with these is they're getting on buses with these. Okay, this is who you're voting. This is where you're voting. This is where you're voting. And again, with the dead people too. And they will bus people from one town to the next town to the next town and hand them a new piece of paper with a new name in each town, and they go in and vote as that person. And it's not right. They caught them doing this. They caught them. We got to stop this.
I saw videos of people dumpster diving down in Atlanta. People apparently went out on their own and went dumpster diving, and there are videos everywhere of people finding bags of military ballots in Atlanta.
Postal worker trying to get across the Canadian border with what? Ballots. They're finding them in ditches. And all of a sudden, Trump's winning. Huge election night. Guess what? They stopped counting. The next day, oh, look, they got in just enough. They found just enough votes, mail-in votes, that Biden caught up, and he's ahead just a little bit. And every one of those 200,000 votes was for Biden. It's not physically possible. It's not logically possible that not one of those was for Trump. It's just not right. It's obvious what they're doing. It's right out in plain sight. Thank you, planets. And people are defending me. It's idiocy.
Well, those are very weird. I don't even want to say weird because I think we should respect everybody's feelings. There's a hatred for Trump. I didn't like certain people, but there's a hatred out there that is, I hate him, I hate him, I hate him, I hate him. And it's very, to me, it's not like, well, I didn't like the Bushes, and I did not like George Bush. I didn't like the wars, but I never hated him.
No, like I said, I didn't like Obama and his policies, but I didn't hate him. No. He was a gifted speaker. He did stop the Keystone Pipeline from going through when that was a thing. I was great with that. I commended him. I did. I didn't like him, but I commended him. Great job. He did something that I agreed with. Great job. But there was so much corruption that was hidden. Bush, don't even get me started on the Twin Towers. Don't even get me started.
I didn't Bush because of the wars, it was in disagreement of the war.
No new wars the last 3 years. 3 peace treaties that the world said would never happen have happened because of who? Our president.
Well,
it's the media. It is the media that is fueling that hatred. Michelle, my teammate, we were talking last night. She was talking to somebody, and she's like, okay, did you watch The Apprentice? That show. How much did you know about Donald Trump before he got elected? Well, I didn't. I didn't pay attention. Right. People are letting the media fill their heads with everything. Is he an asshole? Yeah. Is he egotistical? Yeah.
Is
I
he
can't be
rude?
too. Is
He's
he?
rude. Yeah.
But he knows how to deal. He is very firm. He gets the job done, which is why he got those peace treaties signed, which is why he's gotten so much done in the last 3 years. If people would actually look at a list of his accomplishments, it's amazing. It really is. And they don't know because the media is not reporting it. They are not reporting on it. They're hiding it.
Well, I need to watch him because if you just would do an experiment and you turn on CNN and you watch it for an hour, check your mood, and then after 20 minutes of watching it, what is your mood like then? And it's bam, 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 bam. And I discovered this during COVID. I used to like Anderson Cooper, but then I would watch Trump and watch the press releases and then turn on Anderson Cooper. And I'm like, that's not what he said.
Yeah, they twist everything, and they'll take clips of the full version of what they said out of context, and that's what they'll put out to make whoever look bad. I just wish there were more honest media people out there, but I think it's the higher ups that are saying, look, this is what you're going to report, or you're not going to have a job. You know, they're owned. The people that own these companies are powerful. They're huge.
People have to see that for themselves. And I'm afraid that I think when I want the truth to come out, irregardless of party. Irregardless of party, we need to have somebody that's not a politician, that's not connected like that. I think he was an outsider, and I think the outsider didn't go with status quo.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
We needed an asshole to repair this nation because it was not getting done. It was.
I don't want to be coddled. If I want to be coddled, I'll buy a freaking bear. I want somebody that protects me, protects my family, and looks out for my interests. If I'll buy a teddy bear if I want to be coddled.
That. A&J Nikki. That exactly. No. I would love to meet this guy. I would. I bet him and I would get along swimmingly because, like him, I used to be a very egotistical bitch. It was my way or no way. But it gets things done. It gets things
chart. There's no way out of it with his chart. He was born this way. He's got the Leo. He's got Gemini. He was born this way. He was born to be a leader. It's all there. The ego is there. The money is there. I think we have to ride this out between now and December. There are a lot of aspects where this can get violent very quick. People have to use their heads. They step away. They keep their wits about them. We also, guess what? We have Mars going direct this week. Mars has been in retrograde. That will amp things up. If you feel like you've got more energy this week, it's because of Mars. Then we've got Mercury going into Scorpio.
Yeah.
Unearth everything. That's communications. But to look at that chart and see post office, postal, third house. It's the post office.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of heads changing once this gets done. Head of the FBI, he's going to get chopped. They're not doing their job. They haven't been for a long time. Trump's going to put somebody in that gets the job done instead of shove everything under the rug. Wait for that. It's going to happen. I'm going to call it now.
I think it's going to be with all this crap going on with these planets. I think it's going to be this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And see, this conjunction happens every 13 years. We have this. But where they're playing at in Capricorn, I don't think this has happened since the 1500s.
Numbers. What was happening on the 13th? Planetary. That conjunction, happens every 13 years. 13, 13, 13 keeps coming up. That's 4. 1 and 3 is 4. 4 more years. Boom.
It's in 23 degrees of Capricorn, and I didn't get a chance to look it up, but this is the dance. Then we've got the one in December, the grand one, December 21st.
Yeah.
Hopefully this is our third one. Remember, astrology comes in cycles, and it's constantly moving, and it's lessons that we need to learn. If not, they repeat.
Right.
It's imperative.
Nikki's got a very good point. All the media puts out is the negative about the man. They don't show stories like this. They don't show how he personally, took his construction crews down to the site of 9/11 to assist in looking for victims on his dime. They don't tell you about all the very special things he does. He donates his salary. He does this, he does that, and nobody knows because the media won't report on it. They hide it.
Well, I think what the media needs to understand, what the rest of America also needs to understand, 69 million people, 70 million people voted for this man.
It's a record.
That needs to be respected. Everybody needs to just come down and vibrate higher. I will respect your ideology. You respect mine. And if they don't, that's on them.
Exactly. That's one of the main things I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep my vibration up. That's why I worked so hard. I did some things that I wanted to get done for a long time, and I finally got it done, and that helped. They helped my mood. That helped my vibration. I got the hood on my car painted. I got the bumper on my car painted. I've been meaning to do that for a long time. So now my car is only 2 colors instead of 3. Getting there. But I just got a lot of old projects done, and that made me feel good. I finally did it. I finally got that done. And that helped me, get back up. I was still a little rough this morning, but it's getting there. It's going to be a rough patch for a little while for a lot of people. We just gotta get through it. If your vibration starts to go down, do something you like to do. You can't go out and garden right now, but ground. Go for a walk. Go for a drive. Listen to your favorite music.
One thing I think is detached from the television. Don't call people baby killers. I'll be on Facebook. It's like, you're a baby killer. You're this. No, that person has a right to respect their ideology. If they believe in abortion, you can have a good conversation. Don't call each other names. You cannot see clearly when you are vibrating low. Hate. These people are vibrating at the bottom.
Yeah. Angie, your question, that's what we're talking about right now. When all these people are putting this out verbally, thinking about it, that puts it out to the human collective, and we're all connected. We are all connected. There is a human consciousness. And so when there's so many people throwing out so much hate, the looting, the riots, the bitching on social media, the bitching in the bar, it gets thrown out there. And so we have to vibe higher in order to compensate for that, to try to keep a balance, Libra and balance. It's hell, but that's why we came back, is to try to keep this balance during this time. This year is so huge for the human evolution, the human consciousness to grow. Once this is done and everything's taken care of the way it needs to be taken care of, there's going to be so many things changing in a positive way. Just be patient and wait for it, and try to say as positive as you can. You can't always be positive. I know you can't.
Anger is fine. You're allowed to be angry.
Yeah, you can let it out, but try to do it in a constructive way instead of at somebody.
Like I said, do an experiment. Turn on any media outlet. check your mood. And then in 15 minutes, check your energy level again. And then it's like, no, I cannot do that. You detach, you smile at people.
Even if you don't know them.
It's like I've told people repeatedly, this is not a red or blue issue anymore. This is my voice, your voice, all of our voices together, because you know what? It might be you all the next time.
Yeah, absolutely.
This had to come out. This is the kind of a year where the universe, I said, there might not be anything proven here. Nothing. And there may not be valid voting fraud, but we need to let it play out and respect those that feel that way, and let it play out.
If there's not, and they can prove it, fine.
Okay.
But if there is, it needs to be taken care of.
That's right, and it's that simple. It's actually that easy. I think people are going to get caught. If it did occur, I think electronically they're going to be caught, because you can't. There's too many videos right now out there of people getting thrown out of, like, at a precinct, people were wearing a shirt for a candidate. You can't do that.
It's illegal. The masks with Biden on it. That's illegal. Same way if somebody was there with a Trump mask on, it would be illegal. Okay, not playing sides. But yeah, what was it? Philadelphia. The state legislature is in charge of making the laws for the voting precincts. And the Supreme Court stepped in, or they didn't actually have the legal right to do so. And so the Republicans were kept from watching the ballots being validated. If they were allowed to watch, they were so far away they couldn't see anything. Even the news is reporting on this. It happened, and it's not just there; it's in a lot of other places.
What'll happen is those ballots will get thrown out.
682,000 ballots got ran through that way. In Michigan, there are over 2,800 incidents and reports. Can't talk tonight. About the observation and everything. It's crazy, and it just needs to be validated. It needs to be verified, and if it happened, people need to be held responsible. And we need either a massive recount separating, if there are out there fake ballots from the real ballots, or that's where it's going to go to the Supreme Court, or a revote with voter ID to prove who you are. Again, that's maybe something the Supreme Court can do, but the legislations have to be made. So that would take too long. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I
don't either, because right now the way the courts will play out is it has to make its way up through the court. The state legislators are the ones. Yeah, the state legislators are the ones that have the power right now.
Yeah,
it will move its way up through the court system. But the media was saying there's nothing to sue for.
Yeah, but that's the media saying that. Naturally, they're going to say that.
Well, and the media should be right now not saying anything but reporting what there is being out there, because people are not getting the truth. I have had several Democrat friends where I've had to send them posts. They're not seeing this news, and they feel. I hate to see if this comes out. They're going to feel very upset. So.
Yeah, I had something that it just went poof.
The good thing is we have a new moon coming up. It's a huge one. It's expansive. It is great for new projects. Work with this new moon, and that'll help you through a lot of that.
Yeah, new projects. We can sign big contracts again now. Still read the fine print though. Purchase that house, purchase that car if you want to. You know, Mercury retrograde's over, the shadow period will be over. So let's get our projects on. Let's get this done. Man, my mind is just.
Well, everything's moving forward. We got Mars going direct. Saturn or Pluto and Jupiter are going to start to spread apart. Get us out of this.
Yeah. You know, where the new moon's in Scorpio, that's where I wanted to go. Scorpio's what? A great detective. I really feel the universe is going to do a little detective work on its own here or there and say, hey, why don't you look over here? Hey, why don't you look over here?
It's apparently an epic size. It must be big. Apparently, it's in these states. The 3 states. I guess. I don't get it done. Get it investigated. They need to get the Department of Justice or the FBI in there to investigate.
Yeah, yeah, and like I said, I think the head of the FBI, current one anyway, is going to be replaced very soon. I think I heard Trump replaced somebody today, but I can't remember the name or which office he was in. But even the media said, you know, who's next on the chopping block? He wants people in there that are going to do their jobs correctly. No matter if they're looking at somebody that's Republican, Democrat, Independent, it won't matter. If they broke the law, they're going to be penalized. That's what Trump thinks.
People on social media that I voted for the Times that brought up the ballots. I mean,
that one's for you.
Very much so. Very much so. It's actually got it's sex filing the whole group. Lots of people. Yeah.
Neptune, water. Again, you said trust the water. Can't make that up. Hey, Melody, how you doing? It's going to be a bumpy ride, but we can smooth it out. We can put some shock absorbers on it, you know, for at least ourselves. If somebody gets in your face, say, have a great day and walk off. You don't have to tell them why you're walking off. You don't have to give them a reason. You don't have to say another word. Just, hey, have a great day and walk off. Or even better yet, hey, have the day you deserve.
Don't bring it down to that level.
I know, it's being smart.
I know, not you, but I mean, it's not worth bantering over ideology because that's why we're the great country. We're allowed to think differently.
Yeah, we got free will. We can do whatever we want, but we have to face the consequences. And those consequences are either going to be for ourselves or for others. So above all else, we need to think, we need to listen, we need to see, we need to do our homework, and we need to try to be kind to each other. You know, if somebody wants to sit there and argue, just walk away from them. Hang the phone up. Say, hey, I got to go. And hang it up. If they keep calling back, turn your ringer off. Turn the phone off, throw it in the drawer. You know, we don't have to subject ourselves to all this negativity. We don't have to. We can choose to, but we don't have to. And if that other person gets pissed off, guess what? That's on them. That's not on you. It's not on you. You're trying to be the better person. You're trying to protect your peace. You're setting a boundary for yourself, a personal boundary for yourself. That's very important right now with everything going on up there.
Yep.
Boundaries are very important. That's a lesson that I've learned this year. Boundaries are very important. I have that's another thing I was doing this weekend is sitting here probably overthinking, but analyzing who I used to be. I was trying to figure out who I used to be as I'm trying to figure out who I am now. How have my behaviors changed? How have my thought patterns changed? How have my morals changed? And I saw that I have grown so much this year I'm not bragging, but I'm proud of myself. I think I just need to hear myself say that. I can actually see it. I can feel it. I know. I've done a lot of personal work. And I'm proud of myself for that. And if everybody did that, this world would be a much better place. But there's a lot of people out there not doing that. And you can set a boundary and you can step back from that person. You can wish them well. You can pray for them. Pray they learn their lessons and grow. But toxic people are toxic. And it's okay to walk away from those people. It's okay to walk, to get a smaller circle. Because what this nifty thing the universe does, I found out, is God will remove somebody from your life. It may hurt, but he's heard the conversations that you haven't. The universe removes that person from your life. And guess what? You work that negativity out, you get it out. That negativity is no longer in your face. That makes room for a better person to come in to your life. A better friend, a better mate, better boss, what have you. As that toxicity is removed from your life, thank you, universe, it makes room for better. But if we fight it, if we keep going back to that person, the universe is going to say, hey, guess what? You're not ready. We're going to take that better away too, because you're still dealing with this.
Well, that's true. It's 100% true, and it happens. And I think now more than ever, work on that. Work on your own accountability, your own integrity, all of it.
Yeah. I throw some political stuff out. I used to be hard and heavy. When I go through my memories every day. That's one aspect of how I compare who I used to be to who I am now. And I hit 3.5 years ago, I think, 3 to 3.5 years ago. And it's nothing but political. Nothing. And I know right when I hit that mark, because there it is. And then I Dead Files came, got my help. I stepped back from paranormal. I stepped back from political. I had to keep track a little bit because I was on the city council. But now this year, I was told, pay attention to what's going on. You're going to need to know this. You're going to need to get your words out so people can hear them. I'm supposed to be helping people learn. And maybe this is one way to do it. This show with you and with other people. But that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be healing. I'm supposed to be healing the collective, healing people, healing myself. Just helping wherever I can with this process. And I just totally lost my train of thought.
You're getting old.
What's that?
You're getting old.
Right.
It's your birthday.
God, I think I'll be 50. I'll be 51. 51.
51.
Yes. High five. I never thought I'd make it to 51. In fact, I shouldn't. There's twice I shouldn't be here. I should not be walking. I should not be talking. I should be probably 6 feet under, but I'm here. Good Lord sent me back a couple times now. So
Good Lord takes people that are knocked on their knees and molds them to know what it's like to be there. You don't find people that have had an easy time.
No, and my time has not been easy, but I've also come to terms with if I didn't go through everything I went through, I wouldn't be who I am today. And so I'm thankful. People ask you, well, if you could go back and change one thing, would you? What would change? Like nothing. Nothing. I would not. If you could go back and when you're 16 and start over, would you? No, because I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be helping these people. I'd still be an egotistical, narcissistic son of a bitch.
I think it's true that God takes people to the lowest of the low. And I think more spirit people have been on their knees more than anything. Spiritual people have been to the bottom more than once.
Yeah.
And spirit brings you out of it, and you know how to relate to people with it. You know the power of spirit. So this is nothing to me right now compared to what. Yeah,
Right there.
that's right. And this is nothing to me what we're all going through. Yeah, it's nerve wracking. It's upsetting, but it's like, dude, get out your body. You know, I read the book of Psalms the other day. Read, do something.
Yeah. Thank you.
But you know, you have to. You can do it. The more, like, you can tell, I can tell my vibrational level when I'm on a case or working a murder, it skyrockets. You
Yeah.
can feel it because I'm all over the place. It's like you just there's a
Yeah.
you learn your different vibrational levels with energy too.
Yeah, same way with the paranormal cases I go on, and you know, the people I help with the paranormal, you know, and my team helps. Every case is different. Every different entity has a different energy vibration, and so, you know, once you get a few down, you start learning just by the energy vibration what you're dealing with, and that really helps. Thank you, Heather.
Well, I think the best energy drainer sponge out there is Twitter. I think that is the worst cesspool, like garbage pit there is.
I think I might have an account. I'm not actually even sure if I do. I should probably go check. I don't know.
Just stay away from that negativity and the fighting. And I know it's easier said than done, but now we've only got about a month or two left in this.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll
Oh,
come out of it.
Snapchat. Oh my God. I used to have a Snapchat. You know, my son had Snapchat. A couple friends of mine had Snapchat. You know, we'd send sword pictures, actual sword, dragon sword pictures, you know, to this one bud. We'd, you know, send them back and forth. You know, my son would send me stuff on it. But it can be a very negative thing if you use the wrong way, just saying. So I don't have it. You know, I got a new phone. It's like, I don't need that. I don't need that crap. You know, I've kind of been, well, I have been single for 3 years. I've lived by myself for three years. I still don't need that shit on my phone. It's nothing but negativity.
No, easy. It's easy. We've got, from what we've been through this year, where we started, where we've come with COVID. We've done great. I mean, and I think that everybody should pat themselves on the back for what we've gone through, what we've been going through. You know, Americans are on center stage. Other countries of the world watch us. They mimic us. It's very important to put a good image out there of who Americans really are. They're really good people.
Yeah, there are. I don't know how many different countries they were. Even in Nigeria, they were having parades for Trump. You know, before, during, and right after the election. Other countries are you know, those citizens are supporting him. It's amazing how many different people, like you said, do look at our elections and you know what kind of stage we're going to set. What happens here doesn't just affect us; it affects everything worldwide. Just like I said, 3 different peace deals in the Middle East that the world thought would never happen have happened. It's almost biblical if you start looking at things. It's amazing. I'm not going to get into that.
Cut through red tape to get a virus vaccine in less than a year's time is phenomenal in this country by a company of Pfizer of their magnitude. They used 42,000 people in their study. He should be commended for that. And when we don't commend people for things like that, is when, dude, karma is a bitch. And I mean, if you're going to lie and you lie and you lie, this will backfire.
Yeah. Yeah, and it didn't matter what he did or how hard he worked to take care of this. They put him down. He cut travel off to China. Um, he got hounded for that. And if he wouldn't have, he'd have got hounded for that. It doesn't matter what the man does, the media's going to hound him.
Well, that's why you ignore them. And, you have to ignore them. You have to ignore it. You have to read between the lines as to what they're doing. You have to ask yourself, 69 million people voted for this man, 70 million. What are they seeing that I'm not seeing?
Right.
Maybe I should open my eyes.
Third House, Renee. Third House.
Likewise.
Trey Smith videos. Third House.
Third House was the post office. That's where this has originated, was from the post office, postal service.
Right. The Third House I'm speaking of is from a Trey Smith video.
Oh.
If you haven't checked it out, go check out Trey Smith YouTube. Watch his videos. The man is amazing. Just go check it out. You'll like it.
What does he do? Tarot or something? Is that what? Oh.
No. He reads prophecy.
Oh, I would like that. I would love that.
I stumbled on the man by accident. I'm like, this is kind of interesting. And it's not just about Trump. It's about world events. It's about the Bible, and what happened, then is a repeat of what's happening now. And I shared a video the other day. If I can find it again, I'll try to share it again, maybe, about this guy took the events of the Bible, and he look, this person, that person, this person, that person. History is repeating itself right now. We need a different outcome than what happened before. And that's what we got to pray for, is that the better outcome instead of the negative outcome. Excuse me.
Well, when you're told it's this, you're that, you're this, you're that. The American people have taken a pounding this year. We have taken a pounding with COVID. We have taken a pounding with everything. And we should be proud of ourselves, and we should step up. We need to be positive. We're getting through it. Like I said, the vaccine is on its way. Now, I don't know if people are going to take it or not. It will ease a lot of elderly minds like my mom's.
A lot of people think, Trump's going to force it down. It's going to be mandatory. No, it's not going to be mandatory. The flu shot's not mandatory. This isn't either. However, if somebody else does take over that office, I can't say that. He's already talked about mandatory mask mandates. It's actually unconstitutional for the governors of these states to make that mandate. That's already been fact checked.
Well, that's silly because, we don't live in Oklahoma or Florida or New York, and every area has different things occurring.
Yeah.
So to say an American ban, everybody's got to wear a face mask when you have 5 people in one city and they're all okay. They've all had herd immunity. It's ridiculous. We have to move on from COVID. We have the vaccine. We have everything that goes with it. We know what to do. I don't know about you all. I'm tired of being talked to like I'm an idiot. I know to wash my hands. I know to social distance. Now go away.
Yeah, I've always called it personal space. Dude, back up. Get out of my face.
I love people to be that far away from. I don't like people in my space.
Yeah, guess how far the electrical frequency, the energy of your heart goes out? 6 foot.
There you go.
6 foot. Man, I could really get deep, but we're about out of time.
Well,
might be a subject for a different show.
It is a great subject because of the fact that I have always and I don't mean study because he's like a hero, but I've always been interested in Hitler only because he used astrologers. He fired his astrologer he used psychics, he used astrologers. He was very much into the occult. He was into King Solomon's magic that you can still look up today. He used that.
Alien tech.
In line with the 6 foot, because then when you have to commingle though. So that would be in line with the teachings of getting people apart and isolation and depression and anxiety.
Yeah. And that little thing they did with their arm, you know what that was? That's pointing to a certain place in Orion. I found that out the other day.
I'll have to look that up.
I might have shared it. You might have to scroll for a while, but I think I shared it.
He was way into the occult.
Yeah.
But he was stoned half the time too. He was taking methamphetamines and you name it, he was on it.
Yeah, and he actually escaped South America, Argentina maybe. And they've got actual proof of him escaping Germany and ended up there. They were trying to build a Fourth Reich. There's evidence of it. They have it, but they're hiding it, but they have it.
Many of them escaped to Brazil. Many escaped to South America. There's cities down there that they've find Nazi memorabilia.
Yeah, all buildings. It's relatives. Just saying.
It's really neat. It's a neat study to study Hitler and how he used the occult and magic. He used a lot of magic too, by the way.
Yeah.
It's an interesting study.
The bell. Look up the bell.
Don't send me down a damn rabbit hole because I get confused.
Yes, Renee, here, right here. Right there. Watch Finding Hitler.
I don't need to talk to him. I don't want to meet him.
He's dead now, but.
Yeah, but then I start, you never know what happens around me. It can be weird. I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to meet him.
It would be an amazing conversation, though, to see how he actually thinks, conversates, not skates, conversates. Serial killers, it would be awesome to be able to sit down and have a conversation with them and talk to them. That's actually, me and Michelle from my team, we've got another, side show that we do on the lesser known serial killers. And with what I've been through in my life, if I wouldn't have got that help, I might be on that list. I'm not kidding you with some of the stuff that's went through this mind. And every time she brings up a different serial killer to look at, I'm noticing more and more similarities. And again, that's why I'm really self-checking myself. I'm comparing who I used to be, how I used to think, how I used to work to who I am now. And it's amazing at where I could have been instead of where I am.
That's
cool. A little more involved paranormally, but yeah, I know. I get it.
Scorpios are serial killers.
Actually, I've looked at the list, and I don't think there's a Scorpio on there. I really don't. I'll have to look at that again.
It's probably Virgos. Probably Capricorns.
There's quite a few of those on there, I think.
What, Capricorns?
And Virgos.
We have been in this Capricorn funk all year, and it's about to go. So everybody can be very happy about that.
Yeah.
It's heavy energy. It's binding energy. It's very grounded energy. It's been, I think it's a pretty tough year for psychics just trying to get, I call them clues, but I think psychics have had a rough year with energy.
You're not wrong.
As easy as it usually is.
Yeah. And again, something to keep in mind is, with the psychics and the readings and everything, The predictions, what they're seeing is right then. Somebody could throw a monkey wrench in there and do something different, and then that reading totally goes to hell, and it doesn't happen.
Sure.
That happens with your personal readings or for the bigger collective. And with the bigger collective, there are so many more things that can change and happen. So we got to keep that in mind also.
Well, I did do that. I forget who it was. And like I had said, I thought Trump would win by a landslide. Who's to say he didn't?
I really think he did. I do. If you look at the amount of signs in the yards, very, very, very few Biden-Harris signs. Trump everywhere. Look at the size of the rallies. Biden had 20 people socially distanced out, and some of those were just reporters. Trump had thousands and thousands of people.
He did.
Just the sheer logic right there. I cannot, with a good heart, believe Biden got that many votes. I cannot.
More than Obama? I don't believe it. Obama was very, very popular. He was very charming.
Yeah, and
talk about charisma.
Yeah, and then you throw in, and I'm not making fun of the guy. I actually feel sorry for him. I think Joe's starting to get dementia. And like I said, I'm not making fun of him. I'm dealing with that in my life, not me personally, but with somebody else. And it's a very rough thing. So I'm very disappointed in their party for throwing him out there like that in that condition. I don't like that at all. I really don't. It just wasn't right. But they figured, okay, he's been vice president. He's our best shot. So they threw him under the bus, put him out there. Like I said, I actually feel sorry for him, for that fact. I just don't get that side. I really don't.
I don't understand the age thing with him because he's very frail. It's a little puzzling to me. I think it's puzzling.
Maybe I looked at the wrong list.
Told you. Creeps.
I knew it was going to throw it out. Renee would.
You all hide under rocks. I'm just teasing.
Yeah,
you know I'm teasing.
Nikki's comment right here.
We will make it through this. Then we will get through it very easily. We'll get through it.
Nikki's comment right here. The 25th Amendment. Pelosi is pushing so hard for the 25th Amendment. Everybody thinks it's to take Trump out of office. No, it's to remove Joe once he, quote, if he gets the presidency. That way Harris moves up into the president. She'll be the first woman president. And guess who moves up into vice? Nancy Drunken Pelosi. Did I say that? I'm sorry. Nancy.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I looked at their chart and they are imploding right now. They're fighting. The young ones are fighting with the old bats. The old people need to go away and let the young people come in. I'm sorry. I don't care if people don't believe in their ideology. Let the young ones come in.
Even the heads of the Democratic process are saying that she needs to go. Yes. She is no longer fit to serve office. And that's something.
You get to a point where it's time for the young people with their ideas. The young people, they are our leaders. She needs to step down and do it with grace and get out. And it's going to happen. It's on their chart. And they had a big fight because I heard it was online where they were fighting and dropping F-bombs. Mm-hmm. So it's a matter of time before that happens. It's coming.
Yeah. And I got to throw this out. I have to. BLM. Biden's laptop matters. Sorry. Okay, I'm done.
I've seen enough naked pictures of Hunter. I'm done. I'm done. You don't want to see anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, people sent them. I mean, I know I sent them to you and we laughed, but I've seen enough.
But what I'm looking at, okay, the kid screwed up. Okay, fine. But Joe screwed up too. While he was in the Obama administration, there is proof of the bribes and the money. It's coming out. It's on those laptops, and there's a second one now. There's two of them. There's two laptops.
The money that was wired, I cannot. The money that was wired can be tracked. That's another mind-boggling thing to me as to why that was just pushed under the carpet as well. There are clearly pictures of him with minors, and he walks up on the stage with Biden, and there are naked pictures of this man with a young girl, and yet
one of them's his niece.
Yeah, and he's walking free.
Yeah.
It's sickening.
Yeah, and notice how all of a sudden he's disappeared.
Well, I would disappear too if all that shit was out there about me, and I was stupid enough not to pick up the freaking laptop.
There's rumors, and again, these are rumors, that he's been arrested. So, again, we need this time actually right now. This is one of the points I wanted to make earlier. Thank you. We need this time while they're going through the election process, okay, in order to take more information off those laptops. For proof of what that side of the family has done, because we don't want a corrupt individual as a head of our country. We don't, and that's where we're heading right now. We can't have that. The United States will just go right back down into the tubes. We can't have that. That's, he's already proven that's the kind of person he is. He lied when he ran for Senate. It's been proven. They caught it back then. He's been lying ever since. He's had 47 years to, quote, fix the United States. And now he's going to do it in 4? Not happening. Not happening. We got to do things differently. Trump's doing things differently.
We'll get through this and get a clean slate where everybody's happy and we can all move on.
Yeah, let's use this time to give them to get the evidence that we need, not only of what the Biden family did overseas, but also the voter fraud. We can verify if it's there personally. I know it is. But we need this time to get that balance back so we can make our country better, which is going to make the world better.
Well, and in the meantime, just try to keep your vibration higher. It does help.
And that's going to help that also.
It helps you to think clearer. It helps you to see straight. And
Epstein didn't kill himself.
We need the updated flight log while we're waiting for this voter shit to go through. Where's the updated flight log?
And the flight logs of the smaller planes from the other smaller islands around it. That's how a lot of people snuck on.
We need it. Well, my dear, I'm going to get off here because we explained the planets and I have to get up early.
Yep. Yeah, Peggy, that right there. Poof, it's gone.
They took it all off.
As soon as the media announced, not the people who were supposed to announce, but as soon as the media announced Biden won, it was gone.
I had a friend that every one of her groups was taken down on Save the Children. Mm-hmm. It's a sin.
It is. Now we know why.
This censorship is a whole nother subject that everybody should be angry about.
Absolutely.
Every side. Mm-hmm. And if we would come together collectively, we could get the changes.
Yeah.
But maybe that's what they're afraid of.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
You know,
But okay, you need to get off of here so you can get to bed because you got to get up early to go to work. I got to make a phone call to a client and do a couple of other things. So
have a
thank
good
you
evening.
so much, everybody, for joining in. I tried to not get, I tried to get not too rough with things, but sometimes I just gotta get the words out of my mouth. Otherwise, they eat me alive. I gotta get them out.
You
So
didn't get rough
thank,
at all.
thank you for bearing with me. I know we don't like all the political stuff, but I mean, it's playing out in the stars, and that's what me and Joni are here to do is, explain what the astrology is doing, not only with us, but with the government, with our country, with the world. And so thank you for sitting here through this with us. And thank you to those who see you later.
I'll write it up for you and share it.
Okay.
It's
Perfect.
interesting to read.
Okay.
All right,
That's
honey. I'll
good.
talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye.
Sounds good. Thank you. Night.
Bye.
All right. Like I said, thank you, everybody. Elvis is leaving the building. Thank you. Thank you very much. So we'll see y'all later.